In this video, Paul Barger, also known as the bread trucker, shows us how he turned trash into an amazing tiny home on wheels. His step van is a testament to his values and his ingenuity. It's a gorgeous, comfortable home that features an indoor-outdoor shower, a luxurious bed, a clever lighted vanity, a huge kitchen and entertaining area, and so many smart and considerate design ideas. Paul and his partner Ellie created such a comfortable home, and I really appreciate Paul sharing it with us on such a hot day. Let's check it out.
Hi everyone, my name is Paul Barger. I go by the name Bread Trucker because me and my partner live inside this beautiful converted bread truck tiny home on wheels. This is a 1989 GMC Utilimaster bread truck with a 4-cylinder Cummins turbo diesel, which is very efficient. We have a YouTube channel about all of our travels and how we built this truck. So if you'd like to check it out, go to Paul Barger on YouTube, and you can find me as Bread Trucker everywhere else on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. What we've created here is a fully functional tiny home that's comfortable for 2 people. The first thing that was really a non-negotiable is a permanent bed that we don't have to convert. Because when you're in a partnership, unless you and your partner are completely in sync on the time that you go to bed and the time that you wake up, having a bed that converts really was a issue for us. That's the way the truck was laid out in the first place. And when me and my partner got together, we decided to gut this truck and renovate the whole thing and co-design it so that it would work well for both of us. And it has come out so well. So we have a full-size queen size bed. It is 80 inches by 60 inches, which is a standard queen size size. It has a big full 12-inch memory foam mattress, and with the width of this truck, it's almost 8 feet wide. We still have all this room to have a very functional, useful headboard. In here we have his and hers cubbies with light switches, so we have reading lights and our own little private space for charging devices and books and whatever we're interested in. We have our own little cubby hole to organize those things. Down here we have the kitchen. In our kitchen we have a 12-volt fridge. This is made by Winter. It's a 45-quart refrigerator, runs on 12 volt. It's very efficient, works very well. We have a propane stove. A lot of these things that are in this truck you'll see are repurposed salvage materials. This is a free propane stove we got. The countertops, the cabinets, all were pulled out of dumpsters and just repurposed for this build. I kind of had the idea of letting the trash that I find dictate what the build was going to look like, and it came out like way better than I even would have imagined it would. So it really is excellent. I love the look of it. This was an old IKEA table that I turned into a countertop, cut a hole in it, put this nice big sink in it. It's 17 inch by 17 inch. So it's large enough I could put a 5-gallon bucket or a 5-gallon jug in here and fill that up. So I wanted that as like a minimum size that I could do. Up here is where we have drinking water. It's a very simple system. We just have a glass vessel, and we have underneath, there's 15 gallons of storage for drinking water, which we fill up at like glacier machines, purified water that is separate from our water tank that is underneath the van, or underneath the bed, that we use to wash and take showers and all of that. In the kitchen, we have hot and cold running water. Everything works just like a home would. We have an on-demand hot water heater that gives us hot water in about 15 seconds. We tried to make use of all the space in the van. So like when we built this kitchen wall, we had this little pocket and we knew that there was a little storage in here. So we thought we could put toothbrushes or dish soap and just try to utilize every little bit of space that we could. Another feature that we really love is our racks up here. So in the front we have old peanut butter jars that we use to hold roasted nuts, raisins, bulk items. And in the back there is a spice rack that holds all of our spices with turmeric, garlic powder, black pepper, all that kind of stuff. Two layers of storage, and it's really useful for when we're cooking. We have these cabinets, and locking things down was a concern for us, so we have to figure out how we can travel without locking things. I came up with this simple block. You just drop it in place and the cabinets cannot open. This is the #1 commented on item when people see our van. It's so simple. And when we're not using them for locks, we place them on the counter and we can set hot pans and dishes on them so we don't burn our countertop, and use it as a trivet. Another locking system that we use on our drawers and cabinets is the simple magnetic lock system. So when we open our drawer, you can see this little guy right here. If you flip the switch, that engages the lock. So when you close it up, it automatically locks and you cannot pull it open. You have to use a magnet to disengage the lock, and it'll slide right open. You can see the magnet flips the thing in and out very easily, and it goes all the way through 3/4 inch wood with no problem. The thing we absolutely love about these locks is this bypass switch. When you hit the switch, once we get parked, we don't have to use the magnet to get in and out of it anymore. We only lock these when we're about to travel, otherwise they stay unlocked all the time, and we don't have to use the magnet over and over to get inside. We've also installed drawers in the kitchen, which we never had drawers before, but they're nice full-length drawers that go all the way to the wall. And we used to have a magnetic strip that everything hung on the walls, and now we have things put away, garbage cans for recycling and our trash, and then a little outlet with USB ports as well. Right here at the edge of the bedroom is a little cabinet. All of the solar equipment is stored in here. Well, just the controls, I can see how much is charging, and there's a cutoff so I can shut the whole system down with one push of a button, and that kills all the power coming in from the solar panels. Underneath the bed right here is the charging equipment and my power inverters. And over here is the battery bank just underneath the bed. And at the foot of the bed is a 46-gallon water storage tank that's underneath. We moved all of the equipment inside the truck so that if we go into freezing temperatures, we don't have to worry about pipes breaking and water tank cracking from the water freezing and expanding. And also, lithium batteries can't charge if they're under freezing temperatures. It'll damage your batteries. So we have a diesel heater in here. As long as we keep it warm inside the truck, we don't have to worry about any of those things cracking or breaking or not charging when we're in cold temperatures. So this is our dinette area, but it also doubles as a guest bed or a couch. This is a very simple cantilever table that we built. It just slides out of this pocket and drops down into here. That makes a guest bed or a couch. Sometimes we have movie night where we put a projector in the headboard and project on the footboard wall, and we can have friends in and we can all watch movies on the projector, so that's pretty cool. There's charging ports everywhere for everyone, so if you're a guest, we have USBs and charging ports here, just like we do in the headboard. Since it's kind of part of our kitchen space kind of starts right here. We have a small condiment cabinet, so we have our little condiments that we use. Everything up there that we use for putting toppings on food are in that little cabinet, and I kind of like it how it brings the kitchen to both sides and ties it in both ways. This is one of my favorite items in the truck. It's a sailboat lamp. It's a yacht lamp made by Weems and Plath. It's an oil burning lamp, and I really wanted a wood stove, but it was just too big for this space, and we probably wouldn't use it half the year anyway. This is a nice way to have a natural flame. It just has a really cool character, and it works well in the van with the gimbal that keeps it stable when we're rolling. Another favorite area of ours is this essential oil rack with incense and a little plant in here, but we use this USB powered diffuser to diffuse oils, and it just create such a nice environment in here to have beautiful smells and kind of aromatherapy at the same time, you know? So everywhere we go, if there's a multitude of wildflowers, we'll pick a little bouquet for the location that we're at. Only if there's like a ton of flowers. If it's the kind of thing where there's flowers everywhere, we'll pick a bouquet for ourselves and have them in the van. So up here at the front of the dinette area, we have a cool little thing. There's a hidden office right here inside of this board. You just slide it out and it is a ton of storage. This is where we keep all of our laptops, drones, all of the YouTube stuff, and some art equipment is in here too, like carving tools and paint brushes and all of that kind of thing is stored in here. This is something we just built, so we do intend to add shelves and little bungees to attach every little thing in its own place, but it's something that we just completed, so we haven't gotten quite that far yet. But for you guys that think that you have to use like a heavy-duty drawer glide or something like that, you can figure out ways to build this sort of thing by just making a box that slides inside of another box. There are no drawer glides on this. It's just a box that fits within this plywood box, and you don't need to learn how to use a drawer glide or install those things at all. You can make it very simple and make it functional. At the bottom of this office space, you can see there's a little duct here. That is our duct that comes from the diesel heater that's up front, and that warms this area super well. It is a lot of heat, and the nice thing about it is that right here we have a wireless remote control, and we can even operate it from bed. If we get cold in the middle of the night, with the push of a button it turns on. Or a lot of times what we do is we turn it on while we're going to bed, and then once the truck is warm enough, we don't even have to get out of bed, we can turn it off from bed. So that works great, and it's got hard steel ducting from the diesel heater up front. If you're looking for a solution to heat your vehicle, I highly recommend these diesel heaters. Ours was around $150. You can get them even cheaper, but it comes with everything you need to run the entire system, even a fuel tank. So you don't have to have a diesel vehicle to use a diesel heater. It comes with its own fuel tank that you can fill with diesel. It is awesome. So this is our closet. It gives us the ability to store tons of hanging clothes. It has a light switch inside, so it's actually even lit up. At the bottom here, there's two big fabric storage bins, and then underneath that, in this piece of furniture, there's 8 more storage bins. So we have a ton of space for clothing and winter gear, and we can switch everything out seasonally and put the stuff in the front that we use more frequently than, you know, the stuff in the rear. This is the door that closes off the driver's area, the cab of the truck, and I wanted to build this so we can really have a lot of privacy and also insulate and keep it warm or cool back here. We have a neat feature on the back of this door is we wanted a full-length mirror in the van, but we didn't want to have to look at it all the time. We didn't want that mirror in our living space. My girlfriend came up with this idea on how to hide the mirror and also achieve a lot of extra storage space. So the mirror goes all the way down to the bottom. Inside there's lights, so it's a vanity area where she can take whatever products for skincare, makeup, lay them out on this top shelf and use those products, and it goes all the way to the floor, so you really have a lot of extra storage space on an area that otherwise wouldn't be used at all, just the back of a door. So now I'm standing in our bathroom and shower. We did something a little unusual, and we did not put walls on our bathroom. Being that this truck is such a small space, having walls here just made it feel very claustrophobic when you were inside the bathroom, and it opened up the rest of the space quite a bit just by not having this wall here. I did have a wall that closed off this bathroom at one time, and we did away with that. If you need privacy in this bathroom, we have a shower curtain. You can simply pull the curtain around and there's privacy there. Or I can just leave the truck and leave the whole truck to my partner to you know, shower and do whatever in here. So we built our own composting toilet. It's not very fancy. It's a bucket system with a urine diverter, and we use sawdust on the side to cover. We have a shower that works a little bit different than some people shower. So the shower head is stored in here. This opens up, and when we shower inside, we can bring the shower head this way. It holds on the wall here. We pull the shower curtain around, but we have this added feature. I built in a trap door that goes out to the front of the truck. The hose is long enough where we can bring it all the way outside, out the door, and have hot outdoor showers outside in nature. That is one of my favorite things, and it's a great feature to have in a van. Sometimes you get really muddy and dirty when you're hiking or whatever, and we can take this outside, rinse off, and we don't have to bring it inside our homes. We are now in the cab of the bread truck, and I call this the greenhouse because this is where we grow a lot of plants. I have this hanging plant which I do not drive with it there, it would knock me out. So this goes on the floor, and otherwise we came up with a lot of cute little ways to plant plants. We had a lot of trouble planting things in soil, so we started growing plants in just water, and they do really well, and they have kind of a splash-proof lid that keeps them all in there. This is a 4-speed manual, so I do have a clutch and I shift, but this also gives me around 14-15 miles to the gallon, and in a vehicle of this size is almost unheard of. It's a very efficient vehicle. I also, up here, have several cameras rolling at all times when I'm going down the road. This is on a DVR. There's 3 cameras there when I can switch between views. And also up here, I have another dash cam that records front and cabin facing. This is something I recommend for everyone, just to get a cheap dash cam that will at least do the job and cover you in case of, insurance fraud. There's a lot of reasons that it's good to protect yourself with a dash cam.
Wow, I just love Paul and Ellie's step van, and I hope this video gave you some ideas that you can incorporate into your own build. If you want to see more, be sure to check out their YouTube channel, Paul Barger. If you know someone looking for ideas for their van, please share this video. And if you'd like to see more van and rig tours, van life ideas, and recipes, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I appreciate your thoughtful comments, and if you'd like to join in deeper conversation, join our Facebook group, Gal Adventurers. This is Joni with the Galavan. Enjoy your journey.